Hello guys, Hagen here, and so I'm gonna do equipment overview of my O-scale stuff. So first off, we have my O-scale Norfolk and Western switcher. Next off, we have this Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe tanker car from the MPC era. Then we have this Tropicana freezer car from the MPC era. Then we have this Chesapeake and Ohio gondola from the late 90s. Then we have this Baltimore and Ohio boxcar from the MPC era. And then we have this New Haven boxcar from the 90s. And then this is the caboose that came with the Norfolk and Western engine. So that's from the late 90s. Next off, we have my Santa Fe E8 from Marks, made in the early 50s. It's all Tinlit though. It runs very well. It's just missing the trucks. It's part of the trucks, I should say. But it's been 95% restored. It's been cleaned. And yeah, it's in really good shape for all these years. And here's the dummy. This is the dummy unit. Now, if you're wondering why my layout's on the floor, that's just temporary. Probably in a month or two, I'm going to get sawhorses and put all this up. If you're wondering what this new thing over here is, this was my old HO scale layout, and it's now going to be my O scale intermodal terminal. And yes, I'm getting the line on my jack because it's only $100 at my local hobby store, so yeah, it's a pretty good price. But it's gonna have the Marks. That Marks switch over there is gonna control the siding that I'm gonna put over there. It's gonna have a boat port and a truck place for trucks and storing the containers. I'll get to that in another video because this is just an equipment overview. But next off I have my Marks. I don't know what to call this. It's 027. It's from the post-war era of Marks. It didn't come with this tender. I'll show you the tender. It's kind of a long story why it has this Penn Central tender, but I'll get to that when we get to the wind-up locomotive. But yeah, it's a really good runner, as usual with the Marks engines. It's never needed any work besides oiling, so that's good. Next off, we have a hybrid engine. The tender's from the MPC era, but it had a starter set, but it came with the post-war 1062 for some reason. Now, I don't know what the story and why it is. I don't want to know, but hey, the post-war starter set engines were freaking awesome because they ran well. They had this interesting motor with the plastic all over it, so no dust really got into it. And it's missing trucks, but it started off the truck style that we see well, the wheel style that we see with all the other starter set locomotives. That's why these starter set locomotives from the 50s and 60s and 40s were awesome. Yeah. So if you're wondering what this is, well, if you wanted, back before decoders and all that, back before Lionel invented the decoder for sound systems for trains, they had quite a bunch of interesting ways to have stuff to be prototypical as sound-wise. Like a record player that had you put speakers all around your layout, and as the train traveled around your layout, the speakers would make the noises as the train went near them, which was kind of prototypical. But when American Flyer in the post-war era invented the diesel roar and horn for their engines with the speaker, it became the first official sound system for an engine. But this is just another way. This is 70s. It still exists in the 70s. Lionel also at the same time had sounds of steam, which was just static. And I believe it had some sort of whistle sound, but Marx also had the same thing. But in 1989, Lionel invented TMCC, and that changed model railroading forever. Now, this is my next engine, it's Rock Island. It needs, when I mean it needs a lot of work, I mean it needs a lot of work. This thing, motor runs, but it needs a lot of help. It needs a new E-unit. The E-unit has gone missing. As you can see, it's not in here. And, yeah, for some reason, this just fell off, and I got it like this. But hey, I got it for free. And it has a lot of potential to work soon, so it's a really good deal. As long as, like with model railroading, you can save a lot of money if you get broken locomotives, and you know how to fix them. Now, this one is a lot of people's favorites on this channel. The 480 starter set locomotives. These are the modern starter set locomotives. They're really interesting why they're called starter set locomotives. They sure don't act like it. They're in scale. They're scale, first off. The only thing that makes it starter set, kind of, is no flanges on here, which you see that with real steam engines, but this one, the real version, no, you don't. This has all flanges on the wheels. But this Pennsy locomotive is awesome. Really good sound. It's line chief, but it's prototypical as hell. If you're a really prototypical modeler, like I'm a little bit of everything. That's prototypical, and that's not. But yeah, I'm just gonna, what I do with this layout is I'm just getting everything, pretty much. I'm gonna get some MTH stuff, Menard stuff. I'm gonna put a lot of all sorts of stuff on here. It's not just a specific era. Now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get rid of these 027 curves and make it to 036 or 031. I still haven't decided which one. I think I'm most likely gonna go with 031 since it would still work. This video is just gonna be on my engines, FYI. I'm gonna do a part 2 for my cars because that's a whole nother story. Because the video's already gotten to the point where it's too long. Whatever. Yes, and I did renumber this wrong in many ways, but it only took me 5 seconds and I was in a hurry. You get what I mean by this number if you're a nickel plate fan. MPC nickel plate locomotive. I'm going to renumber it 587. Except I'm not going to do it in that way anymore, but it's a really nice starter set locomotive. It's a little bit similar to that, but there are a few things that are different with this engine. Like there's no bell on top. Also, it doesn't have any of this over here. And no details. So this is a little bit different locomotive. Same wheel setup, but different locomotive. And also the MPC pull motor is freaking awesome on this thing. I pulled a bunch of giant MTH cars with this when I got it. And Atlas, like intermodal container cars. And if this thing can pull like those heavy metal Atlas container cars, prototypical modelers that have all that, you may want to get this. Because this thing, it could out-pull some of the brand new locomotives. I'm not joking. This thing is the most powerful locomotive on my entire layout. I think I'm going to end it here, and goodbye.